All right, what is up, T.O.Gs? This is a strange day for test rides, but nonetheless, today we're hopping on. Oh, it's a little bit of a reach there for the kickstand on the CVO, the Harley-Davidson 2024 CVO Street Glide. This has almost an entirely different feeling from Street Glides past. Its riding position feels a lot more like the new Sportster than anything else. Maybe a little bit like the Pan America. We got heel toe shifter on this bike. But yeah, we're gonna get into all that as we go along. We're gonna do this route twice. They said, well, that's fine. Kind of a short route, a little bit of highway. Ooh, all right. We're in rain mode right now. You can see the display here is on touring mode. I think we'll change that and go into settings. Probably shouldn't do all this while I'm riding, but also a rainy day. This is just a strange day for test rides, just because, you know, I'm not used to doing a test ride in the rain or in inclement weather. Usually I'm burning up because it's so hot. But yeah, you know, you get a chance to do the demo truck, and so you got to do what you got to do. Layout, we're gonna go to, let's put this in neutral so I can mess around here. Easy to find neutral. Cruise. We're gonna do cruise because we're cruising. Ooh, getting a little fogged up in here, or it's just the rain. All right, I like this display here. We're gonna stick with this. Gonna get on 160 if you know the area. Nice 12-inch display here. This is the largest, so this is even larger than the display on the BMW R18, which used to boast the largest display. I think that's around a 10-inch display. This one's even bigger. Oh, we're gonna close this pass-through here, see if that helps any. It's a little more buffeting when you close this pass-through. Nice strong tab here when you open that. So we've got all this whole setup. This is the biggest redesign, I think, on a Harley-Davidson bike that I've ever seen. It's, you know, the biggest one before that was when is this the oh shoot, oh, this is it. Okay, yeah, this is a really short demo loop. Roads are wet. Oh, this bike handles really well. This is a strange video. It's inclement weather. I'm a little bit distracted because of all this. So there's no more analog at all. We've just got this giant screen here, which is a lot, like I mentioned before, is very akin to the BMW R18. And brakes are great. You got ABS and standard rider safety traction control. I'll have all those specs up for you on the screen. Really nice self-canceling turn signal there. I'm gonna lift up this here because of the moisture. No, I can't do that because now you guys can't hear me. But yeah, I don't want to get too aggressive here because the roads are a little wet. Yeah, man, this feels really good. So yeah, I mean, we're already back here at the dealer. I'm gonna do this loop maybe 3 or 4 times, 2 or 3 times. I love the wide open walls murals here in Sacramento. Yeah, we're gonna do at least one more loop. All right, guys, so I will have horsepower, maximum torque specs for you here on the screen. This bike has a lot of pep. It's got different ride modes, which is I think something that's new to 2024. If not, I'll make sure that I am accurate here on the screen. Ride height here, I'm about 5'6" with about a 29-30-inch inseam, and I can put a nice flat pad on the ground, a nice flat toe 4-foot toe pad on the ground, not quite flat footing both sides. It has a very wide stance here when I stop, and so it does make it a little bit harder to get both feet down. If I scoot forward in the seat, it's still pretty wide, and so I don't know that that would help me to get some flat feet down. We'll see here when we get to this stop. But this bike has a 121 cubic inch V-twin, a 45 degree V-twin Milwaukee 8 engine. Different, I guess it's tuned different from before, and this the Street Glide has shaved 18 pounds off the previous iteration. You know, this is such a different feel. I would say it does feel a little bit more like the Indian touring by the Chieftain than it does the old Street Glide, because I feel like everything's closer to me here. I feel like this fairing doesn't come up nearly as high, and obviously I can compare this to the old Street Glide video that I have posted. You guys can check that one out too. I have that link for you on the screen. I don't know the old and I don't know if this is standard for the Street Glide or just for the CVO, but I have the heel shifter. That's really nice here. Gonna do this loop one more time. Gonna be a little bit careful, but yeah, this bike very confident in a turn. Like I said, we have traction control. Oh yeah, so the guy that helped me out onto the bike before we got started was saying how in third gear you'll feel a little bit more of a pull, and you definitely feel that. I'm not sure what, I can't remember what the functionality of why that is, but yeah, you could definitely feel that, and that feels really sporty. This definitely has a more, I know this isn't the new, I want to say it's the not Evolution, it's the Revolution engine that is in the Pan America and the Nitzer. This is a Milwaukee 8 engine, but it feels different. It definitely feels different. This exhaust is pretty quiet for a CVO. Most CVOs that I've ridden have a pretty stout, throaty exhaust. Oh yeah, so oh, that sounded.
We now return to your regular programming.
And this one is much tamer. Again, it harkens to like the Pan America sound or the Sportster sound with that Revolution engine. But yeah, lots to look at here. There's different displays. You've got so many different switches here. It's a little bit overwhelming actually, especially if you're a Harley rider and you're not used to seeing all of these switches. But you've got traction control that you can turn on and off. It doesn't look like it's going to let me turn it on and off on the fly. Maybe if I close the... No, I don't see anything on the display here that's saying that I've turned it off. Maybe that's a demo thing. But you've got your audio, you've got audio controls here, you got phone controls. There's a lot of switches here, and I will say, you know, just because this is the first time I've ridden the 2024 touring models, that it does feel a little bit overwhelming. This would just definitely take like a sit down and like, let's have a look through the menu. What I will say about this menu, especially with a gloved hand, is toggling through these different menus. I end up like pressing up instead of sideways, and when I want to press in, sometimes I'll press up. So it's a little bit, that's something that's a little bit odd. You know, I don't know that there's a solution for that. Let's take a look at what the Sport display looks like. That's just that single one there. I'm gonna take this around one more time, just because. Oh, got a green light this time. You don't get a green light a lot on that intersection. Yeah, you know what? What I will say is, for me, a shorter rider, somebody who doesn't like the buffeting, having this Batwing front fairing with an all LED lighting up front. We've got this different design where you don't have the bullet turn signals anymore with the incandescent bulbs in them. It's all LED, and to me it looks really cool. I'm sure it's a far cry for you know, traditional Harley riders that probably don't like that, but for me, I think it looks great. you've also got some different things. So you've got these adjustable wings here that are just off of the fork, where you can either get the wind directed towards you or away from you. On a cold day like this, directed that wind away from me. And really, as for as cold it is, I don't even think it's 50. It might be 50 degrees today. It feels really good having that wind pass around you. And with this lower bat wing, what feels lower to me, I don't get as much buffeting. And I am one of those riders that just can't stand buffeting. I'd rather just not have a fairing or a windscreen at all. Here we are on 3rd grade. Woohoo! Oh my goodness, yeah, that 3rd gear just gets up and moves. And that's awesome. That's the best thing so far about this motorcycle. Let's see if I can put it back in cruise. See, I tried to press it in, and instead of going in, there we go. This is the display that I like to see. We've got our tachometer and our speedometer here. Got our fuel gauge, and it's just a really nice, colorful, bright display. You know, it's not sunny today. I don't know how this would look if it was a nice, bright, sunny day, but as far as it being like overcast, rainy, yeah, the brakes are really good. You know, I'm super confident in not having to worry about going into a skid here. And yeah, this really enjoyable ride. The comfort here is awesome. It's got a hand adjustable preload in the rear, and I don't think the front suspension is adjustable, but I have a suspension specs for you here, so you can take a look at that. But it's tuned really nice. I weigh about 185 pounds, and it feels like this bike was like prepped for me to ride, from myself, somebody my size. I like how these controls come back. I'm gonna say though, if you're a taller rider, you might feel a little cramped on this bike, because these controls are in a really, really ideal, comfortable position for me. So that's something to be leery. If you're 6 foot or above, I'm gonna say, yeah, you know, take this thing for a ride. You can probably, you know, you're probably gonna end up getting different bars, so that they don't come so far back to you. And again, because I'm shorter, my hands are lower here, because my torso is not that long, and this is just a really comfortable spot for my hands to be in. But guys, this was a really short video, a really short ride. I did this loop 3 times, but I feel like we got a pretty good idea. If you guys have questions about the CVO Street Glide, the 2024 Harley-Davidson, make sure to leave them in the comments. I'll do my best to answer them, and if I can't, I'll make sure I track that answer down for you. But guys, if you like this video, you found it interesting, you discovered something new about the 2024 Harley-Davidson, make sure you hit that like button, and if you haven't already, smash that subscribe button. Guys, if you're out there riding, please be safe, be kind to one another. My name is Eric, I'm that one guy, and I am out.